So today we wanted to talk to you guys about the top 10 things that we learned,
Yeah.
travel tips, after 3 years of full-time RVing as a family with 2 small children.
Yes.
Trust us, there's a lot you can learn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we've learned so much and we learned it quick.
And so much has changed as well. From
Yes.
when we first started till now,
Yeah.
the landscape's changed completely in
Yeah.
the RV industry.
It's gotten a little bit more relaxed, I would say.
Yeah, so we want to share that with you. So we'll go ahead and start with number 1, and that's reservations.
Yes.
Totally changed over the past couple of years, but it still has some signature moves that we want to share with you. And the first is to always call the park.
Yes.
Always.
And yeah, especially if you have a large rig, because you always want to ask, well, if I back into the site with a 43-foot RV,
Oh,
is
yeah.
there going to be any kind of problems with trees or bushes or
Obstacles,
obstacles?
branches.
Exactly. So it's always good to make sure that you'll be able to get into the spot, because you don't want to get there and then you have no spot, right? Especially Florida.
Just like us. There have been plenty of parks. I think we're on 160 parks now. There are plenty of parks that we have pulled into where we've never been to the park before.
Yeah.
We have no idea where we're going. We're following the map. But had we been there at night,
Yeah.
it would have been a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So big tip, don't show up at night because
Yeah.
you don't know where the park is, the layout of the park is. And I'm sure that there's plenty of people watching right now that know where the random pole is
Yes.
at night because you
Yeah.
probably found it.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
you know what? We can't say it enough. Make sure you call the park. Make sure you find out what the specials are, what the deals are.
Yeah.
If there's
Oh, that's true.
any discounts or anything like that.
Yes,
So
discounts, because I have found that even though you can do bookings online, a lot of them, they have no way of you putting a discount in. And if you like to pay ahead of time,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to call them and just pay over the phone, because if you have Good Sam or military discount or Passport America, it's always good to just call.
And you know what? One of the things about reservations also, use RV Trip Wizard for the reviews of the park. It's fantastic.
Yes, especially, yes, absolutely. Because there's a lot of things that you just can't see just on the web, like Google reviews. It will even show you your cellular provider if they have
Coverage,
reception
yep.
and internet and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely. Speaking of RV Trip Wizard, there's no one solution for apps.
No.
You're gonna
No.
have to have a bunch of them. I mean,
A
from
whole bunch.
maps to planning to weather, not just wind, but weather in
Especially
general.
weather.
Yes, there are so many apps. We use multiple from maps. We use Google. We use
navigation?
Trip Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
We use Copilot. How many more? I don't know.
When it comes to navigation, we would love to have the
Yeah.
infamous Garmin solve all of our problems, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
And Google, never trust Google when you're a big rig.
No.
There's all these different things. So
Yeah.
when it comes to weather, we use Windy, we use half a dozen other national and local weather apps just to make sure that we get the latest information.
Yeah.
And make sure you turn those alerts on, because you want to be in the area
Yeah.
and have it alert you where there is a hailstorm or something going on. And definitely for trip planning, you absolutely need them for trip planning, because
Yeah.
you want to put all your reservations and spots into something.
Yeah.
There's half a dozen of them out there. We're not, specific to any one of them.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you guys, but definitely trip planning is another one.
And when we first started, we just had a little calendar where we put all the spots in.
Pen and
But-
paper.
Yeah. But what's nice about the Trip Wizard, for example, is that I can recall what we did last year, and if somebody asks, if one of you asked, hey, where did you go in this area, I can just go look in my Trip Wizard and find that information really fast.
There's definitely not a one-stop solution when it comes to apps. You're
Yeah.
going to need a bunch of them. And
Yes.
if you have some tips, definitely put it in the comments below.
Yeah. So number 3 on our list is the 50-foot solution.
Oh,
And
the
what-
50-foot rule.
Rule, yes. And what we mean by that is come prepared, have everything 50 foot from your power cable, even if you need an extension, your water hose, your cables, electrical cables, whatever you need, have at least 50 foot of it.
If you have a 25-foot anything,
Yeah.
just a tip,
Yeah.
go throw it away.
Yes.
Go get you a 50-foot.
Yes.
Now, most parks, you'll have this nice little coil of excess just sitting there.
Yeah.
But then you're going to get to the other 25% of the parks,
Yes.
and you're going to be so thankful that
Yeah.
you have the 50 feet.
Exactly.
Some parks, you need a little more than 50 feet.
Yeah.
So if you have an electrical cable, make sure that whatever cord you have that came with the rig, go get an extension.
Yeah.
Make sure you have that extension. You will probably carry it forever. But what you don't want is to pull into a park and need the extension,
Yeah.
and there's nowhere in the entire area
Yeah.
that sells that extension.
Well, sometimes the store might sell it for you because they know what's
Hopefully.
happening at their park,
But
but
it's-
they're going to charge you a lot.
Yeah, so definitely grab one. When it comes to water, make sure you guys have the 50-foot hoses.
Yeah.
We're not brand specific on which hose you should have, but just make sure that it's drinking water safe,
Yeah.
and make sure, or food safe, and then make
Yeah.
sure that you have 50 feet of it.
Exactly.
And that also goes for your sewer hose.
Yes.
If you have one,
Yeah.
go
Buy
get two,
another one.
go get 2 or 3 more, and just put the brand new one in storage somewhere,
Yeah.
because you will get to a park where you're going to extend it,
And
and
be
you
like,
need
"Whoops."
a lot more. So, and we say it like that because we don't have a small rig, we have a big rig, and there's
Yeah.
only so many places where you can park the rig, and
Yeah.
some parks are just laid out different, so it's way in the back.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, guys.
Exactly.
So number 4 on our list, huge tip, turn things off.
Yeah.
Specifically, when you leave your rig, go out and turn your water off.
Yes.
Water is not your friend.
No.
It quenches your thirst, it cleans you, and that's where it stops. Because water and your RV are just fighting each other.
Yeah.
And when everything is contained in the pipes and there's no leaks, that is perfection, but that's not always the case. And all it takes is 1 minute
Yeah.
for a water leak to happen, and it
Exactly.
just spray water everywhere inside your rig. So if you're home, you can stop it.
Yeah.
But if you're not, let's say you're gone for 8 hours, you do not want
To come
water
home to a flood.
flooding your rig
No.
for 8 hours.
And if you think about it, I mean, these RVs, you're shaking them and rolling them down the road.
They're gonna leak.
You never know. It's only a matter of time before something rattles loose. And you don't know if the last time you drove down that road was that time. So
Yeah.
yes, turn
Or
off your water.
you go buy a used rig and you're driving down the road,
Exactly.
and they didn't use a pressure regulator,
Yeah.
the previous owner, and
Yeah.
now you're going to have, so there, water is always
Yeah.
going to be a case. It's just something we accept. So make sure you guys turn off the water when you leave,
Yeah.
just as a safety prevention.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful night. We thought we were about to go in and just watch a movie, and then we heard this sound. Well, looks like it's going to be another long night of trying to find water leaks.
That sound right there is exactly why you need to get those and put them in your rig, because when that thing goes off, you know exactly what it is.
Well, it works.
It works.
It works. I'm glad when it's dry because that sound is awful.
So we have a puddle of water. It is contained to exactly where we said it was going to be, which is right at the back of the Nautilus station. Also, there's another tip when it comes to propane. We have multiple propane bottles. So what we do is, if, for instance, we have 3 30-pounders on our rig. Some people have 2 propane bottles. Leave one on when you need it, turn the other one off completely. That way, when you run through all of your propane
Yep.
and something stops working, whether it be the stove or the range or whatever you're using it for,
Yeah.
or the heater,
Yeah.
if that turns off, then you know I still have a good tank. I just got to go turn it on,
Yeah.
and it gives you time to go refill it.
You know what? I wish we would have watched that video 3 years ago when our propane bottle, ran out in the middle of the night in Virginia
Yeah.
and we were freezing.
Today's the first snow of the year, It's 23 degrees outside, and we ran out of propane last night. The rig got to about 40 degrees.
Where's your shoe?
We have heat.
Finally. This is what happens when your husband gets caught up with work and we have no gas. All night.
All night.
And how cold was it? 27?
Yeah, the rig got down to 40. We needed us in the beginning. Where were we back then? We were the ones running out of propane in a blizzard in Virginia.
It always happens that way.
Definitely leave one closed and leave the other one open. That way you have a spare backup and you're able to refill it because, definitely good tips.
And if you do use your propane water heater, turn it off if you don't need it because you're just burning through your propane for no reason. It really doesn't take that long for the water heater to heat up.
It takes like 5 minutes to heat it up.
Yeah.
So you don't want it running all day, burning your propane when you don't really need it.
Nothing. Yeah. All right, number 5 on our list is talking about your pets. No matter what you have, a dog, a cat.
We all have them.
Yes, we all have them. And traveling so much and being full-time, we have to go to the vet all over the place.
Yeah.
So one of the best things we could ever have done is buy a pet passport.
Absolutely.
Basically, it doesn't matter which state or wherever the vet is that you go to, they put the stickers of the vaccines that your dog or cat got into that one passport. So no matter where you go, you have a record all in one place.
And what's nice about those doggy passports is it kind of looks like a passport. You open it up, it has their picture in there. It has all their shots.
Their chip information.
Everything in one place. And it's so easy to carry with you.
Yes.
That way, we don't have a single veterinarian that we go to for our pets. We have whatever's available in which state or which city we're in as we're passing through. You never know when something's going to happen. So having it all together, invaluable.
Yeah, and especially if you go to different groomers all the time. We chose to do PetSmart because they have the records, on file everywhere we go. But if you don't do that, it's great to show them that they have their rabies vaccines and stuff. You have to do it at every groomer, though, so that's perfect.
Another important tip: make sure you guys have pet monitor systems. They're inexpensive and they're life-saving. There's no reason if you have a pet that you shouldn't have a pet monitor system. And there's half a dozen out there. Again, do your research. We'll put some suggestions below. No affiliations, but we just want to let you guys know we have pets. Sometimes we have to leave them. Maybe we're going shopping or whatever. It's hot outside. It gets into the hundreds. If we can take them with them, if we can take our pets with us, we absolutely do. And you guys know that we take our pets everywhere. But sometimes you got to leave them behind, and you want to make sure they're safe so you can use them. Use the smart technology on your phone.
And you never know, if the park has a fluctuation in power or whatever happens,
Always.
So
especially during the summer.
Yeah, especially during the summer.
Always, all of our fluctuations are during the summer, so that's the worst time.
Yeah. And then one more was the use doggy daycares. There's a lot of doggy daycares.
That was super easy.
Yeah. Dropped off the dogs. We know they're in good hands. Now we're ready for our adventure.
In Charleston, drop off the dogs, fully taken care of, no worries from us, no stress about running back to the rig to let them out, no worrying if they're going to be peeing on anything. That we've already driven 2 hours, and that we would have 1 hour here to drive 2 hours back and go let them out. So the whole process of, the business model of dropping them off in a daycare, fantastic.
Awesome.
Love
Best idea ever.
Love it. Doggy daycares are fantastic.
Yes.
You go to a big city, drop them off, have some fun, go pick them up. They had a spa day.
Yeah.
All right, we're halfway done. We're going on to number 6, final stretch. Important tips we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about tires.
Oh my gosh.
So for everyone that's been following us, we've had some tire issues.
Yes.
So the tip is, if you're thinking about your tires, change them.
Yes.
Change them right now. Because wherever you're at, watching this video right here, we're having a great conversation. It is a lot easier to change the tires where you're at right now than it is on the side of an interstate.
Yep.
not
Exactly.
worth it. What if it's $200 for that tire? If it's $400 for a set on that axle? Just change it. Change one month, change one the next.
Yeah.
Make sure you change them, because I cannot say it enough. Usually we have a 3-year rule, and a lot of people are, watching this right now saying, I've had mine for 5 years. Honestly, if you're traveling in the United States full time like we are, just from coast to coast, you hit an ocean, make a U-turn, go to the next ocean, make a U-turn, and you're putting that many miles on your tires,
Yeah.
change them out.
Exactly.
Don't wait till they blow on you. Just get,
Well-
the tread may be fine, but
Yeah.
there's other factors that shift in the making of a tire,
Yeah.
whether it be dry rot, whether it be the actual separation, the getting nails and spikes in it. Those are easy to repair, but all these contributing factors lead to the fact that after about 3 years full time traveling the U.S.,
Yeah.
just change it.
Thought I waited in the wrong line. Later I understood I wasn't fine. I am glad you got the info.
And that also brings up another huge tip. Don't wait till travel day to check your
gosh.
tires or your slides.
Yes.
Huge, huge tip.
Yes.
Do you ever have the feeling of, please let this work?
Every time. I'm like, I hope it's gonna do it. But so far they haven't disappointed.
Cannot say it enough. The day before you travel, bring the slides in. I know it's cumbersome. You get up in the morning, you're like, everything's closed up and buttoned up. Half the viewers are saying that's exactly what we do already. The other half of the viewers wait until about 10 o'clock and checkout's 11 to go ahead and pull the slides in.
Yeah.
We've done both.
Yes.
But I will say this, we've also got to the point where went to pull our slides in and they didn't work.
Yes.
And it will take you hours sometimes to fix that.
That's my shoe.
So, hammer, I need the handle to pry down the motor for the mid bunk, because right here we just found out that the mid bunk made this popping noise. What was it?
Yeah, it was like a big loud pop. I was like, I think it popped out. That's why it's called pop.
No, that's not, but close enough. So the motor physically popped out of the base, and now it just sits there and spins.
That's the second time it happened, but the first time it happened, we didn't realize what was going on, so we kept spinning it and it got shredded. So this
Yeah.
time we just stopped when we heard the pop.
Well, she stopped,
What? I stopped.
and then she said, "Hey, this thing's broke again," and I'm like,
Dang it.
really? If you pull this back, here's the motor right there, and then down here, that's where it actually popped out.
Yeah, and especially if you know you have a huge travel day, like a really long one, yeah, you want to be able to know that the day before.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so let's get to number 7.
Number
And
7.
that is do your monthly maintenance. And I'm definitely going to turn that one over to Lee.
Monthly maintenance is everybody's friend. Monthly maintenance, what is that? If you have a motorized vehicle, motorized RV, you're going to be checking your engines. You don't want them to sit around. You want to run your engines. You want to run your generators. If you have a travel trailer, you want to make sure you're checking your tires. You want to make sure you're checking your slides. Making sure you clean your AC units, the evaporators, the condensers. You want to make sure that you go through and do these maintenance inspections. Also, just going around and looking at your rig with the intent and a maintenance mind to try to find things that you need to either address or put on a list to get repaired. That is so important, because neglect is the number one killer of a rig.
Prevention is the key.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We are all procrastinators. We would love to sit around in paradise and have some fun. We drove long and hard to get there as RV'ers, but sometimes I gotta say that procrastination really affects us all.
Yes.
So do your monthly maintenance. All right, number 8 on our list has to do with full-time RV'ers, just like us, with families. We're in the rig all the time. They say, the manufacturers say that the rigs are built for full-time use now. They're building better quality, but I will say this, it's still an RV. If you use something on a daily basis more than once, stop
Yeah.
and reorganize.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah.
We have faced that I don't know how many times.
Yeah. And and it's things like we have these nice soft close drawers,
They're
and
amazing.
they're fantastic. But these little sliders, I don't even know what they're called, on the side.
The rails.
Yeah, the rails. That's what they're called. They fail.
Yes,
very
they do.
easily. So we always think either you don't use it every day all the time, and sometimes you can't help it for your silverware drawer and all that stuff, but then just make it better.
Which is the first to break.
Yes.
Is your
exactly.
silverware drawer.
Yes.
Followed by the
Yes.
one right below it where you're keeping your spatulas in.
Yeah.
Followed by the other I would actually take that and move it down and put the garbage can
Yeah.
drawer. Everyone loves the one where you just open the drawer and there's a garbage can.
Yeah.
Close it,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Go get you a garbage can
Yeah.
and put it right next
That's
to you.
true.
Get a fancy one.
Exactly.
One you step on or one you hover
Yeah, if you
over
have
and the lid
space
pops
for
up.
it, yes, definitely.
Closes automatic. Treat
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
But do not use the drawer where you open it up and dump your trash, because you're not the only one doing it.
Yeah.
Your wife, your kids, your siblings, everyone is going to be using that same drawer,
Yes.
and it's just going to break.
Yes.
Trust us. I still have to order the rails for the mini drawers that we have to fix. So we're almost at the end. Number 9, upgrade your suspension.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna say it any other way. Point blank, just upgrade it.
Yeah.
Don't even ask. What your rig comes with is not worthy of traveling the entire United States and traveling these roads. We say this on almost every video
Yeah.
for a reason. Do not be fooled by the magic that's happening underneath your rig, the sorcery that's going on down there that you have no idea what's. It's like, well, the rig is standing up and it's not squatting. It's good to go. No. Change your suspension or upgrade it to a different level. Put in some equalizers. Do something.
Yeah.
Wet bolts. Make sure you have something to increase that. Bigger leaf springs. I'm not going to say independent suspension because that's to each their own. That's a big investment.
Yeah.
It's not the right fit for everybody.
Yeah.
But definitely take a look at the rig you have
Yeah.
and say, can I make that suspension better?
I
then
think,
do it.
And I think that is the biggest tip is familiarize yourself with what you have.
Yeah.
Before you go anywhere. So that way you know what you're gonna have to deal with and what you can do to make it better.
Yeah. Or you're like us.
But yeah, we have a
And-
bent axle.
I've been axle. I'm like, what is that? It only took us from Maine to Michigan to figure
Yes.
out that it was a bent axle.
Yes.
But you know what? We're new at this, right?
Yes. Hey,
we're learning.
here to make the mistakes so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay, we are finally here. Number 10, carry spares.
Oh yes.
Yes, you have to have a spare. Fuses,
Everything.
batteries,
All of it.
screws,
Camper.
camper, spare camper,
carry
tires,
spares.
obviously. What else?
Just make sure that you guys have spares when it comes
Yes.
down. Make sure you have a spare gas can or diesel can.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a spare space heater
Uh-huh.
when it
Oh,
comes
that's a
to
good
the
one.
winter.
Yeah.
You will need it.
Yes.
Make sure the power will go out, you're freezing. It's a bad time to find out you need
Yeah.
a space heater. So
Yeah.
go get 2 of them and put them under the bed.
Yes.
There's so many things that only you know in your rig
Yeah.
what you need to spare. Microwave bulbs,
Yeah.
fuses,
Extension cords.
extension cords.
Yeah. What else? Oh my
Don't
gosh.
go crazy like we did.
No. Well, remember, don't overload your axles. So.
Weight is your enemy. They're like, well, wait a minute, I got to get spares. I don't need spares. Only you know the
Yes,
spares you need.
exactly.
But you do need them.
All right, we do have a bonus for you, and we hope you like
Yeah.
that one. Set up your area like it's your home.
Absolutely.
And this is full time or short time or weekenders. It doesn't matter how long you travel. Make your home a home.
Make your home a home.
Yes.
So this is our site. Every bit of a lake. Isn't that something? So yeah, that's the site. I really don't have any words for it. Well, we have one site left. No one's booked it, and we're like, we'll take it. You have waited a long time to do what you're doing right now.
Yes.
This is your home. For
Yeah.
some people, it's a home away from home. For others, it is your home.
Yes.
Either way, set up your area, take the time. A lot of people, you get caught up into the travel of things, and you
Yeah.
don't want to set up because you just got to tear it back down in a week, and you get on and off.
Yeah.
You know what? Take the time.
Exactly.
It takes you 2 or 3 hours to set everything up,
Yeah.
and 2 to 3 hours to put it back.
Yeah.
But you get a week or a month's worth of enjoyment in that time frame. So you know what?
Exactly.
Have fun,
Exactly.
and we'll see you guys on the road.
Cheers.
I tell you what, all this talking just makes you thirsty.
Ice water. Yeti cups. That's a good tip
This is the
too.
first time I've actually used this.
Oh my gosh. I know it almost went in the trash.
So that bird is just mad at us.
Is it?
He just won't stop.
I know.
His nest is like right there.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like not having it.
No.
He's like, y'all need to go.
He's saying.
Y'all need to go right now. He's like, look here, pigeon.
What about me? I want tea.
Perfect.
Okay.
Always.
I need to brush.
Right. Am I proper?
I need to cut your hair. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you do. We'll show you that later.
Yes.